It's your girl, Soft Rain. Real talk, no filter, no disguise. Every headline, I'm breaking it live. From the streets to the pressure up top. We see it all, yeah, we connect the dots. Weekly, right, yeah, we run it down. Truth hit different when it wear a crown. No fluff, no cap, just facts in sight. Welcome to the weekly rain report. Let's get into it tonight.
Disclaimer: this broadcast is intended for commentary, discussion, and entertainment purposes only. All topics and statements are based on publicly available information, including news reports, social media content, and third-party sources, which may include allegations or unverified claims. The views expressed are opinions and should not be interpreted as confirmed facts. This content is not intended to harm, defame, misrepresent any individual, organization, or entity. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is On the Radar with Rain. I got a special report for y'all, some breaking news. Usually you catch me on Monday and Tuesday nights with my segment on the No Middleman panel. But today, the news was just everywhere. And I did catch a glimpse of what was going on with Stefon Diggs and his case. So I wanted to bring y'all the verdict. So usually On the Radar with Rain is where we break down stories making noise across sports, culture, and the internet. And my breaking news involves NFL wide receiver Stefon Diggs after a Massachusetts jury officially found him not guilty today on all charges. So according to the courtroom and reporting jurors, they deliberated for approximately 90 minutes. And in doing so, he was acquitted of felony, I don't know if I can use this word, strangulation and suffocation, and misdemeanor assault and battery. I'm not monetized yet, so hopefully I don't get taken down or anything along with that. But so these charges, they stem from allegations made by his former personal chef. She was his live-in chef, Jamila Adams. It was tied to an alleged incident back in December of 2025 at Diggs' home in Delham, Massachusetts. So tonight I wanted to break down exactly what happened inside the courtroom, what the prosecution argued and what the defense challenged, of course, and why this case sparked a much bigger conversation online about celebrity credibility in the public opinion. So let me get, I want to welcome everybody in, of course. In Too Deep is in here. Sko is in here. Thank you for dropping those raindrops. Of course, while you're in here, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel. If you do so happen to be charged, please let me know so we can take care of that. And of course, I have a Glamour and a Sea Breezy Fun on Cash App. My Cash App is Soft Rain RSC if you feel so inclined to support me on that part. Hey souls, welcome in. So I got some breaking news in this Stefon Diggs case. So I wanted to play first when the verdict was being read, and then we'll get into some of the details of what happened. So let me add that. Oh, souls, I got you, souls. I didn't know. Well, we can talk about it again because you might have a different perspective. So absolutely. Let's talk about it tonight too as well. And if y'all are here for the first time and you don't know, No Middleman panel will be on tonight about 9:45 Eastern time. We'll probably break this down a little bit further and we have our third installment of the Modern Flex, our third and final installment of our series called the Modern Flex. So make sure y'all tap in tonight. Y'all see me, Souls, and Uncle Plug TV will be tonight on the on the No Middleman panel. So I'm gonna play this video.
Madam Forelady, has your jury agreed upon a verdict?
Yes.
On count 1, strangulation or suffocation, what is your verdict? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
On count 2, the charge of assault and battery, what is your verdict? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Madam Forelady, members of the jury, hearken to your verdict as the court has recorded it. Upon your oath, you say that the defendant is not guilty of the count of strangulation or suffocation and not guilty of the count of assault and battery. So say you, Madam Forelady?
Yes.
So say all members of the jury.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Jurors, please be seated for a moment. Everyone will be seated. Jurors, I told you during this trial and in my instructions that the verdict was your responsibility and your responsibility alone. Jurors, I want to thank each of you for your careful attention and your service throughout this trial. This case has involved a heightened level of public attention. Despite that, you have remained focused on the evidence presented in this courtroom and the law as I instructed you. That is exactly what is required, and it is essential to the fair administration of justice. I recognize that serving as a juror in any case can be demanding, and in a case such as this, it may have required additional patience and sacrifice. The court is grateful for the seriousness and integrity with which you have carried out your responsibilities. Now that your service is complete, you are free to discuss the case with others if you choose, but you are not required to do so. You should not feel any obligation to speak with anyone, including members of the media. If you are approached, you may simply decline. Whether or not to speak is entirely your decision. All I can say is that on behalf of the court and the parties, thank you again for your public service, and you are now excused with the thanks of the court.
All right, jurors, you check out.
Let's see what else they got.
Such charges will automatically be sealed by the Office of the Commissioner of Probation and the Clerk's Office, unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want the charges sealed, using the request not to seal court records under General Laws, Chapter 276, Section 100C form, which is available on mass.gov. The request not to seal form must be sent to the Office of the Commissioner of Probation by mail or email to the addresses provided on the form. If you want copies of any documents associated with these charges, you must request them immediately before the charges are sealed. Once the charges are sealed, you will not have access to related documents unless you file a motion with the court asking to unseal. Sir, you've been found not guilty, you're free to go.
Court, all rise. All media, can step outside now, media, please. Court stands in a recess. Step outside now, okay?
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Talk to counsel. Yeah, okay. Media, please step out. Please step out.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you. No problem.
All right, y'all. So I did want to get into a little bit what happened in the courtroom today. It mostly centered around credibility. Because during the closing arguments, the prosecutors told jurors that Adam's testimony still should be believed despite the inconsistencies in parts of her account. I was watching it, and some of those moments you could tell that where the prosecution was calling her out on well, not the prosecution, I'm sorry, the defense was calling her out on some of the allegations that she had made and whatnot. Her face, you could see her body language in her face, and it was kind of off. So their argument, the prosecutor's argument, was that victims do not always react in predictable ways after traumatic situations, but the defense came in very aggressive, challenging the evidence presented by the prosecutors. According to reports, the defense argued that the prosecutors failed to provide physical evidence, of course, medical evidence, independent eyewitnesses, and visual injuries proving that an assault happened. So the defense attorney, Andrew Kettlewell, reportedly told jurors that there was, quote, not a single shred of credible evidence. So showing that something actually happened. So Maggie, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, subscribe. I do a weekly report about news that goes on throughout the week on Sundays. Make sure you come back and see that. Maggie, this is Stefon Diggs. He's an NFL player that was accused or had accusations of some DV and assault charges. Tristan said the jury got it right. I believe so too, Tristan. May Lenny, female chef, said he assaulted her. Yeah, that's what essentially was said. So he beat it. Yes, Vaughn. Welcome in, Vaughn. I appreciate you being here. Yes, he beat it. He was acquitted of all charges. I know it came out wrong. Prosecutors. Supposedly she was the live-in chef, as far as I know. Honestly, I really didn't want to get into my personal opinion too much. And we talk about this sometimes on these panels about a woman knowing their place and where they stand in a man's life. I don't think she really understood and knew her place in his life. May said she also said he owed her money, so maybe a shakedown. As far as I know, what I watched, she was trying to get more money than what she thought she was really owed, or what was said she was really owed as well. So there were some key issues raised during testimony that that caught my attention as well. Several of those moments became major talking points during testimony and cross-examination. One of the biggest involved questions surrounding an alleged $5.5 million demand made before trial. So she was trying to get some hush money out of it. The defense repeatedly brought up that issue while challenging Adams' credibility. They also highlighted videos and testimony suggesting Adams appeared normal after the supposedly alleged incident. So the defense witnesses reportedly testified that they did not observe injuries and said that they did not hear any disturbance inside the home that night. But prosecutors pushed back hard on that narrative. They both argued that the relationship between Diggs and Adams was complicated because she was both an employee and someone who previously had a personal relationship with him. And prosecutors suggested that that dynamic mattered when evaluating that situation. So, rigid. Let's see. Tristan said that's crazy. Why would she give him a birthday gift after he allegedly assaulted her? Tristan, I don't know. Maybe she was trying to get more money out of the situation. I think, Bridget said, you want to hear my opinion is, I think that she was hurt by the fact that he asked her to leave when he was bringing more females over to the house. So I don't know. And that goes back to knowing your place in somebody's life as well. And Too Deep said, welcome in the newbies as you come in. As always, please click on the like button and subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel. Tristan said she tried to position herself like she meant something to him by saying she knew him for 4 years. She also knew that he was messing with his workers. I wouldn't say that she was naive at all. I don't think she was naive to the fact of what was going on. She made his meals. She saw what was going on inside of his household. So I think that maybe initially, in my opinion, allegedly, she wanted something more or was aspiring to be more with him and thinking that she could move in. You don't want people. You don't want people. Richard, what you talking about? You know, sometimes I gotta ask you what you talking about. Expound on Richard. Expound on that, Richard. Yeah, so the verdict, as we all just heard, found him not guilty on all criminal charges. Now, legally, that means prosecutors did not prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt, right? And that distinction matters because a not guilty verdict does not necessarily determine whether every allegation was factually true or false. It only determines whether the evidence presented met the legal burden required for a criminal conviction. That's all that means. So, we just said to track your opinion. Oh yeah, no, I don't, because opinions can change, right? Sometimes. May say, yeah, she wanted to be his all. That's what I'm saying. So he should sue her now. How you think that's gonna go, May, if he does sue her? How you think that would go for him? Yeah, so his reaction after court. So according to multiple reports, Diggs became very emotional after hearing the verdict. As we saw him, he had trouble holding back his tears, which is all good in my part, because he should be overjoyed at beating this case. However, he did not make a public statement while leaving the court. His attorneys called the verdict a vindication. One defense attorney reportedly suggested NFL teams may now reconsider signing him now that the criminal case has concluded. So, and Too Deep said, I bet you she's going to throw a civil suit because she can still sue civilly. Yes, that's what I was going to mention later on. They like to use the criminal stuff to get discovery. Absolutely. Trisha said, I watched some of it at work and her story didn't make much sense. I know, because I was like, come on, sis, really? Everything just wasn't lining up. And the way they called her out on the pay in November, saying that he still owe her money, but there was deposits there for the pay for November. So that it was crazy to watch. May said he would win. You think so, May? Thank you, Richard. Yes, I don't. I would rather not. But it's okay. And I know it's gonna come. But that's okay. So the bigger conversation, I think, is what is happening in today's culture. You know, the internet often puts people on trial long before the courtroom ever does. By the time this case reached the jurors, social media had already debated it, picked sides, and built its own narratives. Some people online are saying this verdict proves false accusations do happen. Absolutely. Others are saying a not guilty verdict does not automatically mean nothing happened either. And whether people agree or disagree, that tension is exactly why these conversations become so explosive online. Yeah, so let me see what else I got. Tristan said it looked like she kind of gave up on the stand. She probably knew and felt that, they're not buying it. I tried, but they're not buying it. Let me just skate on through. And, I would have, she really didn't save herself the public embarrassment, if you ask me. Because I would be so embarrassed that this came down like this. It's got to be tough for her. But she should have known and this comes back to false accusations. It goes back to Emmett Till. That was false accusation. That man lost his life. So women, they need to look at what they're doing. No matter how hurt you are at somebody, you can't pull these false accusations out and think you'll get away with it. So important legal context. Now, one important thing to remember here in today's verdict, only addressed the criminal case. At this point, there has been no verified reports today involving a civil judgment, additional criminal charges, or any new legal action that might be tied to this matter. And as always, system and public opinion do not always move the same way. Tristan said it looked like she kind of, okay, yeah, I read that one. Ramon, hey Ramon, welcome in Ramon. They said she was getting $2,000 a week, $600,000 a year. Should young women look at this as at this case as a template to an entrepreneurial career with these celebrities? It's possible. A lot of people make money off of these celebrities being their personal chefs, personal assistants, things like that. So it's possible to put that out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the younger people do know that there is entrepreneurial opportunities out there when it comes to assisting celebrities. But what she failed to do on her end was keep it business only and not personal. I see her as an opportunist. She was looking at a way to get in to his life and maybe scoot into that number one spot. A lot of women out here are opportunists. They try to find their way and squeeze their way in as any way possible. And Too Deep said, and if she is a chef, a private chef like that, she's never going to get hired again. Most likely not. She doesn't know how to keep business and personal separate. And honestly, if they were romantically involved, she should have advised him, hey, if we're going to do this, you need to get another chef because I can't. She was trying to dip in two different sauces at the same time. And Too Deep said, I was following this too, and I could tell you she had no tears. That's how you know she didn't know what she was doing. May said, the fatigue of these bitter women is real. Miles said, good evening. What could she possibly sue for? No crime, and she got paid. I'm not for certain, Miles. I'm not for certain. That'll be something to look into, what else she could possibly sue for. Yeah. So I did want to say this. As consumers of these headlines, we have to slow down before we emotionally attach ourselves to these headlines. You can support due process while also understanding the seriousness of these allegations. Both things can exist at the same time. In today's culture, sometimes accusation becomes bigger than the outcome itself. And regardless of where people stand on this case, it's clear that this story sparked a much larger debate about celebrity, evidence, social media influence, and how quickly narratives form before a verdict is ever reached. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of women out there was on her side. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring y'all that quick update. I wonder what else. You know what, Miles? Let's look into. I wonder if I can look into it. Let's see. Let's see. It says, Miles, to answer your question, I'm gonna go ahead and put that back up there. To answer your question, of course, this is an AI answer, but it says intentional infliction of emotional distress, breach of contract regarding payment, and I don't think they proved that though, and coercion, I can never say that, duress, for allegedly forcing her to sign a NDA after the incident happened. She also claimed they had prior sexual relationship, potentially opening avenues for further intimate tort claims. given the testimony claiming they had a relationship before she became his chef. They were saying, the testimony was saying that they had a sexual relationship before she became his chef, and she could allege that harassment and sexual incident happened during her employment. So I don't know. But they didn't they prove, if I'm not mistaken, that she claimed she was never paid through, though this was contested by evidence of a $4,000 wire transfer. So I don't know. I don't know exactly. Let's see. Tristan said facts. Hey, Roxy, thanks for checking in with me, Roxy. Into Deep said the primary advantage for a civil plaintiff is the lower burden of proof. May said, and I don't know if you're a woman or a man, but that you were not on anyone's side. And Into Deep said, while the criminal trial required proof beyond a reasonable doubt, a civil suit only requires a preponderance of the evidence. It is more likely than not that the incident occurred. Miles said, if anything, she should be preparing her own defense. He could go false accusations. Into Deep said, this means a jury could find him civilly liable even after a criminal acquittal. Thank you, Into Deep. Tristan said, this is bigger than them and this court case. Absolutely. And Into Deep said, given the acquittal, any civil pursuit will likely center on the wage dispute and the lower evidentiary standard to try to secure damages. There is a bigger conversation within this situation on both sides. Tristan said, this seems like a polygyny situation with so much chaos and little leadership from Stefon. Not all men can lead. And if you can't, then you really shouldn't be. If he wants that, if a man desires polygyny, he needs to be able to do so in order and fashion, and keep his house in order, and keep his women in order and fashion, put them on a program. So things like this do not happen. A lot of men desire it, but can they lead it is the question. May said now her career as a private chef is over, as people won't trust her. Not even a soup kitchen would hire her. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I saw her testimony and she was all over the place. Absolutely, she was nervous, fidgeting. Her body language was crazy. You can tell that she didn't have herself in order, her details in order either. And Too Deep said, this is like the OJ trial. OJ was acquitted of all the charges criminally, but the family still ended up suing him and winning in the civil court. Understand. Tristan said, it seems like when things don't go their way, they just crash out. Women do that. They do. Honestly, I think some men need to have more discretion whenever they're in vetting processes, whenever they're, especially if high status men, when it comes to dating women. He had a lot to lose. I feel as though he had a lot to lose too. So, but yeah, y'all, I'm gonna pull up. Let me see if I can pull up some. I want to see her face. Let's see, because you can tell, like, with her body language, it was. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. It looked like she was kind of like sweating here. Did she get an attitude with
From the record, and the jurors are to disregard it and not consider it in your deliberation.
At some point, did you tell the officer about what happened on December 2nd?
Yes, I did.
She's talking low, so she wasn't even talking confidently.
Did at any point you provide to the Dedham police text messages?
Yes.
Her eye contact was off.
So,
Oh, that's when she was going through the text messages. She must be reading all of them. I caught most of it, but some of it I didn't.
do you recognize this? What this is?
Yeah.
What is this?
This was in a text exchange.
That hard swallow right
When
there.
was this text exchange?
Hold on, y'all.
Is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes.
And what is that difference?
I deleted bet and pussy, and I'm ruining that bitch life. Not mistaken. Yeah.
And why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police?
Because when I was abused in my previous relationship, when I would say things,
The objection is sustained.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
What happened, y'all? I don't know what happened. Oh,
In this whole thing.
Of this section. Your may I approach and
but she just, she's so fidgety. I don't know, y'all. Let me see what y'all got some comments in here for me. Let me see. NCD said no, they don't. Classic said their women are perfect. He was on one today, wasn't he? Richard said they definitely would hire her. Cheap salary and limited cooks. It just depends. May said I saw where she didn't remember. And Too Deep said, yeah, they had her with no makeup too, which is a tactic. Yeah. Like she's not made up. She don't have no nails on. For real, she probably just will miss out on the big jobs. I would think so. I think in the celebrity arena for her is over. This proves that she's not trustworthy. Also that she don't know how to keep business and personal separate, because that's where I think that's where a lot of people mess up too. They don't know how to keep business and personal separate when it comes to handling their business. This is her livelihood. Maybe she was an opportunist and she was trying to see what she could get out of the situation. Her feelings got overly involved, and Sudie said she was trying to make her previous relationship part of the new situation. Sounded like prosecution objected because she was finna lie. Hey, it's tough. It's tough, y'all. So I don't want to stay in here too much longer. I gotta get my radar together for tonight. Make sure y'all go over to, as a matter of fact, hey, N2D, can you drop Souls of Thoughts page? I don't know if he has the link up yet, but we'll be up tonight at 9:45 with the No Middleman panel. That's me, Souls, and Uncle Plug. We are talking this is our third part in our series, The Modern Flex. Third and final part of the series, the Modern Flex, and we'll be on at 9:45 Eastern tonight. So make sure y'all go tap in over there. We'll be live on Souls of Thought page. Let me matter of fact, I can do it right now. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Souls of Thought. I don't think he has it up yet. No, he don't have it up yet, but this is his page. And y'all can go over there. Make sure y'all subscribe to his page. If you're here for the first time and you haven't subscribed to me, make sure you subscribe to my page. I'll tell you my schedule while you're here. As a matter of fact, I was gonna pull it up, but I don't have it. I have it on my phone. On Sundays, you can catch me doing the weekly rain report, where I report big news stories throughout the week and just do a recap. On Monday and Tuesday and every other Wednesday, you can catch me on over at Souls of Thought on his page. I am a part of the No Middleman panel. It's me, Souls, and Uncle Plug TV. We come to y'all every Monday, Tuesday night, and I'm on there every other Wednesday. Souls and Uncle Plug have a show on every other Wednesday that we're not on, called 40 for 40, which is some great information that's put out, some men talk that's over 40. And then I have my live call-in show, and actually I have the link up for that already. We're going to be talking about some interracial dating on Thursday, my live call-in show. I can get you the link for that so y'all can tap into that. Interracial dating on Thursday for my live call-in show. Y'all can call me and talk to me on Thursday live. I have a telephone number up there for you to call. So yeah, if you want to send me something anonymously, I gotta start talking slower. Anonymously to my email. My email is right here, conversationswithsoftrain@gmail.com. Send me something over. I haven't checked it in a couple of days. I need to go check it and see if I got anything in there. And I'll read your letter, email on air, and we'll hash it out. We'll see what's really going on. Waiting on the RSC, the movie and the album. Absolutely. We're working hard. All five of us are working hard. Let me see. Do I have that over here on this? No, I don't. Oh, y'all. I don't have it over here on this side. I make up 1/5 of the Raw Society Coalition. We are a group of content creators. Myself, Souls of Thought, you saw him in the chat. The Classic Codes, if you came over here from his channel earlier, the Tez Down and Uncle Plug TV, we all form together like Voltron, and we call ourselves the Raw Society Coalition. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share this with someone. You can what show you talking about, Bridget? The show for the call-in show? Is that the one you talking about? This one? I'm gonna do it. That one is scheduled for Thursday at, I've been telling everybody 8, but I think I put 8:30 on there. So, but yeah, that one's scheduled for this Thursday at 8. So make sure y'all tap in with me at 8. Well, no, excuse me, 8:30. I've been saying 8, but it's 8:30. I have a schedule for 8:30. Richard said a concert in real life. I don't know, Richard. We've been having some we've been trying to get things scheduled, you know, with 5 of us. It's hard trying to link up together to get our schedules together and whatnot, but we're working on it. Lisa is in the building. Hey, Lisa. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm getting ready to get up out of here, though, but make sure you tap in tonight with the No Middleman panel, and on Thursday, I'm going to be talking about interracial dating. So make sure you tap in then, too. I'm going to try to go a little bit earlier than my usual 9:30 Eastern. So I'm going to work on it. And there's Classics, his channel. And of course, Uncle Plug, we're trying to get Uncle Plug over the 4-hour mountain on watch time. So go over there and watch some of his previous stuff. He got some good content over there. He's got a 10-part story time and all that good stuff. So make sure y'all tap in. Oh, Rigid. See, Rigid, I don't be knowing. So the Chris Brown show, Miss Difficult. Oh, I gotta buy a ticket. I haven't bought a ticket. Cash at me and let me know y'all care about me going to Chris Brown. If y'all let me go, if y'all help me out and so I can go to the Chris Brown concert, I will live stream it. How about that? I will live stream it for y'all. I will tell y'all this, and this is not even part of Stefon Diggs anymore. But I got spoiled one time I saw Chris Brown. I had a front row seat, and actually I don't want to sit anywhere else. I want to be close. I don't want to be in the 100 section. I want to be on the floor. And those ticket prices they are way out of my budget, like way, way out of my budget. And so I'll need to win the lottery or really, really save up. And it might be like last minute. So if you've never had a front row seat in a concert, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't ever get a front row seat ever in your life, because you will not be satisfied at any other concert you go to, because those concerts are different when you're there and you can see the sweat come down the side of the forehead. And so it's tough, y'all. It's tough because I'm spoiled and I want what I want. So, yeah, I'm going to see. If I do decide to go, it's a possibility it's going to be last minute. They got shows all the way through November. I think they're hitting Atlanta in November. So, and there's still seats, because I think they ended up adding like 2 more shows in Atlanta. So the seats are still there. And of course, there's always resale. It's going to be an epic show with him and Usher. So yeah, I desire to go. I would like to go, but my heart won't let me click that button to make that financial purchase right now. It's not there. There is Tez. There's his link to his profile. To his YouTube. He had a great show today as well. He touches on the news. Lisa laughing. And hey, the Sea Breezy Fund is open. My Cash App, Soft Rain RSC. There it is. That's how I was. I know, Lisa. I know. It's tough. That's my advice for concert goers. If you ever in your life have never sat front row, don't ever sit front row, because then you will be spoiled and you will always want front row. And the way these ticket prices are acting now, it's just, my heart was broken when I saw those ticket prices. I can't do nosebleeds because I don't want to be on my phone that's not worth it. So yeah, the experience would be good to be there, to watch it all go down, to listen, but my eyesight is already not all that great. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping through. Oh, here's some more comments. Roxy said, no, not the sweat. Yes, you can literally see the sweat roll from the front seat. It was a great time. Yeah, no, Lisa. I think I went and looked at tickets. I'm not for certain, but I might go back and I'll go back and check that out, because that's a quick little ride for me. So which one are you going to, the first show or second? You don't have to tell the dates, just say the first or second show and I'll know which one it is. Into Deep said, let's manifest for Soft Rain, a breezy breeze, wind, getting up on stage and get one of them lap dances. No, I don't want to be a part of the performance at all. Okay, I got you, Lisa. I don't want to be a part of the performance at all. I just want to watch. I like entertainment. Concerts are great. I love going to concerts, and the little town that I'm in, we get the same folks all the time. Drew Hill, Genuine, Tamar Braxton, K. Michelle, SWV. We get the same people over and over and over again. Like, I think Mother's Day weekend, this weekend coming up, I think it's Drew Hill, Genuine, Tamar, and K. Michelle, maybe. And it's too much. It's too much. I'm done with them. I've seen them too much. So, but Roxy says she's just trying to go to a Cubs game that's more budget friendly. Yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping in with me to catch up on the Stefon Diggs case. You know, it's bigger than what it was. It's a bigger impact than what it was. So make sure if you're catching this on the rewatch, leave a comment. I talk back. Do y'all think that social media influences high-profile criminal cases before it even begins? Because we know what was going on. You know, we knew this was coming down the tunnel. So drop your thoughts below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and keep it locked here with On the Radar with Rain, where we don't just follow headlines. We break down what they really mean. And Into Deep said, now I'm going to get what I want in my manifesting. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Manifestation is a lot. Speaking into existence, it'll happen. Might not happen exactly how you want it, but it'll come. Y'all have a good evening. Don't forget to check in with us tonight on No Middleman. In about 2 hours, we'll be live, and I'll have my segment on there, On the Radar with the Rain. Talk about a little bit of cultural stuff going on. So y'all have a good evening. I'll see y'all next time.
It's your girl, Soft Rain. Real talk, no filter, no disguise. Every headline, I'm breaking it live. From the streets to the pressure up top. We see it all, yeah, we connect the dots. Weekly rain, yeah, we run it down. Truth hit different when it wear a crown. No fluff, no cap, just facts in sight. Welcome to the weekly rain report. Let's get into it tonight.